Namaste students. Chapter 1, Unit 1, Part 5, Review of Python Programming and Concept of OOPS. Actually, it's the fifth session and fourth session. There are some points regarding to, that means we need to study here. It is topics covered in last session is selection construct. Selection construct means using if statements in various branches, if elif, if then elif, etc. And next iteration construct. So last class it is given that there are two types of looping constructs or iteration constructs. So first one is for loop, second one while loop. So these two looping structures already explained. Actually looping structure which include initialization, that indicates lower bound or we can say starting point, and end point or upper bound or we can say condition, and next iteration means increment or decrement operation should be, it should include. So these are about iteration construct. For statement, that means within a statement, in a single statement, all those things that should be included. And then while statement, so before executing while statement, that should be initialized. Along with while statement we have to put some condition, and inside while statement increment or decrement statement should be included. Okay, these are about iteration construct. And then string operations. Actually last class it is given that plus means concatenation, and then star means that indicates repetition, and in means membership function, that means particular letter if it is available in the string or in string variable. Not in, actually it also belongs to membership function. Not in means if particular string or substring, whether it is available in the string, and which results either true or false. In and not in, both functions that results either true or false. Then range indicates limitation in our string. Next slice, that is to get the substring. And there are some string methods are there. So string methods means some inbuilt functions. Here len function, that is to find the length of a string. Capitalize, that is to get the capital letter of first letter capital, that will display first letter in capitals. It's one of the functions. Capitalize. Next is alpha, that is to check whether the given character is an alphabet or is a digit, etc. If it is an alphabet, then it returns true. If it is a digit, then it returns false. Next is digit, that is to check whether the given character is a digit. If it is a digit, then it returns 1 or true. If it is character or if it is some other symbol, then it returns 0 or false. Next, move on to the next session. Today's session starts with here list. Actually last year we studied about list. List is a mutable type. That means we can change the contents. List is a sequence of values. List is a sequence of values. In a string the values are characters, whereas in a list they can be of any type. It may be integer, floating point number, complex number, any number, or any characters may include. And string also, actually string variable or string values can be included in list, but a string is immutable but list is a mutable. Okay, the values in the list are called elements or items or members. The values in the list are called elements, items or members. It is an ordered set of values enclosed in square brackets. List means it's collection of elements, or we can say items enclosed within a pair of square brackets. Values in the list can be modified, that is, the particular structure is mutable. Structure is mutable, that means we can change or we can modify the contents. As it is set of values, we can use index in square brackets. So actually index means usage of index that indicates array concept, that is to identify a value belongs to it. See, here we can specify the index values. Actually index values are used to specify the location or position of an element in a list, and it is also used to identify a value belongs to the list. Okay, these are about list. So list is a mutable, list is a sequence of values, and here it may be of any type elements. The values in the list are called elements, items or members, and it is an ordered set of values enclosed in square brackets. Values in the list can be modified. It is mutable. That means we can change. As it is set of values, we can use index in square brackets to identify a value belongs to it. Next, move on to the next slide. Next slide, that includes list slices. Slice operator works on list. This is used to display more than one selected values on the output screen. Slices are treated as boundaries, and the result will contain all the elements between boundaries. So that is to say list slices. Actually here slice operator that we are using, slice operator we can use in strings also. Actually under strings, slice operator that gives a substring. That means only particular element will be extracted from that particular string. In the same way here also, we can extract some elements or members of list by using the slices or slice operator. Here syntax can be sequential equal to L, here starting point, stop point, and then we have to specify the step. Here step, normally it includes only one step. That means that will touch or visit all the elements. That means default value of step is 1. See, start, stop and step, all three are optional. Here three things are optional. If you omit first index, slice starts from 0, and omitting to stop will take it to end. See here example also given. Here to specify sequential or slice operator, we need colon, start colon, stop colon, step. Here example is given, L equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So total 5 elements. L1 equal to L of 2 colon 4. So that indicates starting from 2 to 4. Here index value starting from 0. 0th index indicates value 10. 1 indicates 20. 2 indicates 30. So 2 to 4. 2 to 4 means 4 minus 1. Here 2 means 30 and 4 minus 1 that is equal to 3. So what happens is index value 3 that indicates the value 40. So 30 and 40 will be displayed. 30 and 40 will be displayed. L1 equal to L of, that means slice of 2 is to 4. That indicates index values 2 and 3. 2 and 3 instead of 4. So step minus 1 we have to take, sorry, stop minus 1 we have to take 2 and 3. So print L1 indicates, or that will display 30, 40. 30, 40. Next move on to the next slide. Here it indicates list methods. See, there are many methods: append, extend, pop, delete, remove, insert, sort, reverse, len. Len means length. Here example to the append. L equal to 500,000, 1500, 2000. L dot append 2500. So that will be added to the last element, added as a last element to the list. Print L, that will display here 2500 2500 that will be appended to the end or added to the end to 2500. Next, extend. Here extend operator or extend method, it's also similar to the append, whereas append it uses only one element, but extend method is used to add more than one element, or we can use another list to append using extend. Here L1 equal to 3000, 3500. L dot means a list, it is given in above. Given above here, L equal to 500, 1000, 1500, 2000 and 2500. So latest list includes total 5 elements. So again you are going to add or extend 2 more elements, 3000 and 3500. So that will be appended, or we can say extend operation is used to append more than one element or used to append a list itself. So directly you are going to append a list to the end of the previous one. That means previous one means previous list, so that is given L1 itself. So L1 will be appended to L. So elements, total 7 elements given here. So 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000 and 3500. Here at the end 2 elements 3000 and 3500 will be appended to the end. So that is by L dot extend. So extend method is similar to append, but thing is extend is used to append a list. Instead of a single element you are going to append a list. Next, move on to the next slide. So that is pop. So here pop operation is given. See L dot pop, that means pop operation, that is to remove the element. So you are going to remove the last element inserted. So last element inserted in the previous is, that is 3500. 3500 will be deleted, or we can specify the index value also. Here L dot pop 3, L dot pop 3, 3 means index value 3. That means index value 3, its position is 4th location, 4th position. So 4th position element is 2000, so that will be deleted. See here, after deletion of 2 elements, L dot pop 3500, L dot pop, so that will be here 3500 will be deleted, and L dot pop 3 means here it is actually, it is a 4th index value, 4th position, that element in 4th position, so that is 2000, that will be deleted. So here given elements, after pop operation 2 elements will be deleted, 500, 1000, 1500, 2500 and 3000. So like this we can delete elements. So pop operation, normally pop operation, that is to delete the element that is inserted at the end, but by specifying the index value also we can delete. And one more thing is delete L2. So directly we can use delete function or delete method. See here delete method, that is to delete a particular index value. Here delete L of 2. So latest value of L is 500, 1000, 1500, 2500, 3000. Here L2 means index value is 2, that means 0th index value is 500, first index value is 1000, second index value is 1500. So delete L of 2, so that will delete 1500, and here 1500 will be deleted, and total 5 element that will be displayed without displaying 1500. Next, remove. Actually remove function, see delete function is used along with the list name and its index value, and remove function is used along with value itself. So what happens is L dot remove, actually remove is one of the methods. L dot remove 1000. So what happens is 1000 will be deleted. So finally print L. So that will display 500, 2500 and 3000. Okay, these are about remove function. Just move on to the next slide. See here it is given 500, 2500 and 3000. So 1000 will be deleted. So total 3 elements that will remain in that particular list. Next, move on to the next method is insert. See, L dot insert 3, 3500. Here, first field that indicates the index value and second field indicates the value. That means L dot insert 3, 3500, that indicates index value 3 and value will be inserted. So value that is to be inserted is 3500. In third location you are going to insert 3500 and here it is after insertion 500, 2500, 3000 and 3500 will be inserted. So that will be displayed. And reverse function L dot reverse. So what happens is it will reverse the value. So already it is in ascending order. So reverse order means it will be displayed in descending order. Descending order means in the sense of index values. So index value descending order will be applied here. So that is reverse. Reverse means it's what we can say opposite order will be displayed. Next sort function. So sort function that is to sort the elements. See sorting means you know that definition of sorting means arranging elements either in ascending order or in descending order, but here sort function here it is used in sense of ascending order, so it will be displayed in ascending order 500, 2500, 3000 and 3500. Next function is len function that is to display print L len of L, so that is to display total number of elements available in the string in the list. Next move on to the next slide. Here operator plus and star can be applied on the list. Plus is used to concatenate, that means that is to add or concatenate two lists, and star is to repeat the list given number of times, that is to repeat the list. Here example is given L equal to 10, 20, 30, M equal to 40 and 50, L plus M, L equal to L plus M, so it will add or concatenate two strings. See 10, 20, 30, so elements of list L, and M equal to 40 and 50, that will be concatenated to the end of that particular string L. So 40 and 50 that will be displayed after that. And dictionaries. Next slide is about dictionaries. So dictionary is like a list. It's already explained in last year. So it is a pair of key and its value. Key value pairs. It's just like a list, but more in general. In a list, index value is an integer. In a list, index value is an integer, while in a dictionary, index value can be any other data type. It may be a string variable, or it may be any symbol, and these are all called keys. Say, actually dictionary, that will be, okay, we can represent dictionaries by using the flower parenthesis. Here flower parentheses include two things. First one is key and second one is value. Keys are used to specify the index value, just like a list, and the key will be used as a string, as it is very easy to recall, and value may be any value. See, key value pair. Next, key value pair in dictionaries. We can refer to a dictionary as a mapping between a set of indices, which are called keys, and a set of values. Each key maps a value. The association of a key and a value is called as key value pair. See, the association of key and a value. Here key may be a string variable or any other symbol, or it may be a number itself, and a value is called a key value pair. So both are included in these things. Next, syntax, my dict equal to, here open flower parenthesis, here single quote is used, that is to represent the string, key 1 and colon value 1, key 2 colon value 2, comma, key 3 colon value 3, comma, etc., key n colon value n. See, here is a very important note. Dictionary is created by using curly brackets, that means flower parenthesis, flower brackets. Okay, these are about dictionaries. Next, move on to the next session. Next point, dictionary methods. CMP, that means that is to compare, LAN, that is to find the length, clear, that is to clear the contents, get function, that is to read, has key function, items, keys, values, update, dict function. See, some example values are there, some example program segments are there here. Month equal to dict, that means you are going to create a dictionary, its name is month. Print month, so initially there is nothing, so it will display empty flower parenthesis, that means inside flower parenthesis there is nothing, none. Next, you are going to assign month of 1, here 1 is key and its value is equal to, it's a string, value is a string, here it is given that January, month inside bracket, square bracket 2, that is February. Print month, so it will display 2 of February and 1 of January, 1 of January. Next, you can use another method, dictionary method, len of month, that means that is to calculate total elements, that means key value pairs, total key value pairs, len of month. So there are 2 key value pairs, one is 1 January, second one is 2 February, so it will display 2. Suppose if you want to get the value in a particular key, just we need to specify month dot get, and we have to specify the key value. See, normally key value is actually it is we can use it as an index value in list, and it is used to access a particular value in a key value pair. Month dot get of 1, so what happens, it will display January. Month dot get 1 comma February, so it will display January only, February that will not display. Here month dot keys, so what happens is it will display only keys in a particular dictionary, 2 and 1, so 2 keys. So what happens is in this case, so last element inserted will be displayed first, so that's why it will display 2 comma 1. Next one is has key function or has key method, month dot has key of 1. So what happens is it will check whether key value 1 is present or not. If it is present, it will display true. If it is not, then it will display false. Next, tuples. See here, tuple is a it is not immutable thing. It's a sequence of values which can be of any type, and they are indexed by integer. Tuples are just like a list, but we can't change the values. We can't change values of tuples in place. Thus, tuples are immutable. See, tuples are immutable. The index value of tuple starts from 0. A tuple consists of a number of values separated by commas, and here normally it uses parenthesis. Normally it uses parenthesis, not curly parenthesis, normal parenthesis. T equal to, see here example is given, T equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, print T, so it will display like this. See, here it uses parenthesis. And tuple slices that is to get the particular members of a tuple. It's already explained. Slice operator works on tuple also, and it works on strings, it works on lists, etc. This is used to display more than one selected value on the output screen. More than one selected value or a particular value. Suppose if you want to select, then we can use tuple slices. Slices are treated as boundaries, and the result will contain all the elements between boundaries. See, example also given, syntax is given. Here sequence equal to T within square bracket start, stop and step. Here we are using square bracket. Actually, in case if you are going to what we can say initialize tuples, then we need parenthesis. But whenever you're going to use the slice operator, then each and every slice operator uses square brackets. Here also same method that we are following in list and strings. So T square bracket start, stop, step, start column, stop column, step. It's almost similar what we studied in lists and strings. Next, move on to the next session. That is example is given. Here example T equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. T1 equal to T of, that means we are getting the subtuple or particular elements of tuple. T1 equal to T of 2 is to or 2 colon 4. So what happens is it will display index value 2 to 3. 2 to 3, not 4. 2 to 3. So what happens is it will display 30 and 40. So starting position is 2 and ending position is stop minus 1, or we can say 4 minus 1, it is 3. So the selected elements are 30 and 40. So tuple functions. So comparison we can use length, maximum, minimum and tuple itself. Comparison means that is to compare two values or two elements. Length to find the total elements in a tuple. Next, max means maximum element in a tuple, and minimum means that is to find the minimum in the tuple, and the tuple means that is to list the elements of a tuple. Here T equal to tuple, and then we need tuple method. Actually open and close the parenthesis. Print T, actually there is nothing, so it will display open and close the parenthesis. Next, move on to the next slide. Here tuple equal to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and again Sunday. Okay, sorry, Sunday. Here string values. Here tuples include string values. There are total 7 string values. So here what happens is print T, it will display as it is. All the elements will be displayed within, it uses single quotes. But we are inserting, we can use single quote or double quote, or we can use triple quotes also, not a problem. So it will display as it is. Next, length T. So it will find total length, total number of elements in a tuple. So minimum T means, so here what happens is it will take ASCII value of first letter of each string. See, ASCII value, it is in ascending order starting from A. See, A includes 97, B includes, B indicates 98 in that way. So in alphabetical order, F comes first, so it is treated as minimum. And in alphabetical order, W comes last, so it will be treated as maximum. So minimum of T equal to F or I. So first letter is F, that comes first. A, B, C, D, E, F. And then G, H, I, J, K, L, M, Monday is there. Next value given to Monday, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Saturday is there, Sunday is there. So it will take Saturday first, next it will take Sunday. T, next to Thursday, yeah. And then Tuesday, T, U, V, W. So W comes last, so it holds the maximum ASCII value. So max of T, here max of T indicates the maximum elements, or it is treated as maximum element in a tuple. Next, T1 equal to T. So all the elements of T that will be assigned to T1 and T2 equal to 10, 20, 30. Comparison T and T1. T and T1. So comparison between T and T1 is, it is given as a 0. And comparison T2 comma T1, actually T2 is not listed. Okay, let it be there. So comparison means it will give the ASCII difference between those two things. In case what happens is, here comparison, if T includes A and T1 includes B, so what happens is T comma T1 means A 97, B 98. So what happens is it will display -1. So first number that will be first number subtracted by, okay, we have to subtract second number from the first number. So what happens is -1 will be displayed. Okay, so see, comparison operator is not much important. Next, move on to the next slide. So revision of this first chapter. So this one here, I mean this session is end of the first chapter, review of Python programming. Here interactive mode is already explained here. Interactive mode, as the name suggests, allows us to interact with the operating system. Script mode, that allows us to create a file or program and then interpret, it provides interpreter to execute the contents of our file. There is script mode. And numbers, number data type stores numerical values. And then sequence is an ordered collection of items and indexed by positive integers. Next, arithmetic operators plus minus star division modulus operator, and then star division, floor division operations, etc. Relational operators, less than, greater than, etc., that results either true or false. And then logical operators, and or not. So 3 operators. Here also it results either true or false, or 1 or 0. And assignment operators. So assignment operators along with the prefix some other arithmetic operators or logical operators is also called as shorthand operators. So assignment operator, it uses right to left associativity. So meaning is, so what are the values given in right side that will be assigned to the left side. Okay. Next slide. Functions in Python. Actually, function means it's a self-sustained program segment, or we can say named sequence of statements that performs a computation or that performs a task. Module. A module is a file containing Python definitions, means functions, and statements. Standard library of Python is executed as modules to a programmer. Next, list, string. Actually, string is a sequence of characters. An individual character in a string is accessed using a subscript or index values. It is immutable. List is just like a string, but it uses sequence of values. List can be of any type. It may use strings, numerical values, etc. Dictionaries. It's a collection of key value pairs. Here keys are used to specify the index values, almost similar to the index values. Next, tuples. Tuple is a sequence of values which can be of any type and they are indexed by integer. Next, move on to the next slide. See here, write for statement to print the following series. See here, some series are given. So you have to design programs to display series of values. Given here, 2 values are there. 2 series of values are there. Next, second question, how many times are the following loop executed? Here, first one is by using for statement, second one by using while statement. Here some questions are given. Write a program to input any string and to find the number of words in the string. Write a program to input any 2 strings and check whether the given string is equal or not. Equal or not are not. Here, a small mistake. You can understand this. Next, differentiate between tuple and list. We know that tuple is immutable, and list is mutable. Tuple is immutable, list is mutable. Write a program to input n numbers and insert any number in a particular position. Next, write a program to input n numbers and to search any number from the list. So you need to perform the search operation here. And next, which string method is used to implement the following? To count the number of characters in the string. And next, to change the first character of the string in capital letter. To check whether given character is letter or a number. To change lowercase to uppercase letter. Change one character into another character. Okay. Next, write a program to find the sum of all digits of the given number. Write a program to find all prime numbers up to given number. Write a program to convert decimal number to binary. Write a program to convert binary to decimal. Okay, these are about some problems regarding to this chapter, review of Python. And next we will have to study about object-oriented program that we will see in next session. And I'll give some questions along with this video link, and submit that one in proper timing. Timing is actually it is given in your assignment also, and here some programs are given. Try to understand the program and try to implement the same thing, and we'll see you in next session.